Well, hello and good morning, everybody. It's Bella here from RachandBellaCrafts, and I'm in my crafty studio again. I've come on this morning just to show you what my block is going to look like that I'm doing for the Journal of Stitchery with Roxy Creations and Sarah and her mum and their mum. And I've gone ahead and I've more or less sorted out what I'm going to use because I had a lot to sieve through with all this material here, and I didn't want to put you through the torture of watching me trying to decide what I'm going to use. And I think I've come to the conclusion that this is going to be how it's going to be set out. So if you remember, I had this beautiful little tray cloth, which I should have ironed, but I didn't because I haven't had time. And what I've done, I've cut out little bits. These bits were on the edges here because it was that long and it went across there, and I've just leveled it off because I may use that in a journal, so I didn't want to spoil that, so that can go over there now for something else. What I've done here, I'll just lift these a moment and I'll show you that I've just decided to put on because I felt this was looking a little bit bland. Let me just get that off there. There we go. And I'll lift things and I can show you what's underneath. I'm not going to move these. That goes all the way down to here, if you can see. I'm not sure if it's in view or not. Yes, it is. And the whole strip there is hand dyed, and I used, I think it was beetroot. I'm pretty sure it was beetroot juice, and I dyed these last summer. So that's, those two are hand dyed. This little bit of cheesecloth is hand dyed as well, and this little pinky colour. All right, and that's going to go on there. So we'll sort that out in a moment. Okay, so what I've done here, I've cut out these were attached in the middle here, these little flowers. And I've cut the bits off the end of the tray cloth as well because I wanted to use this lovely edging, so that's ready to go on there, and it's ready now for stitch. Now this is an old cloth that was white. I'll just show you, hang on, I'm going to get in a mess. See, this is why I did it all beforehand. This was off from here, and it was a white cloth, and I just bought another one. I showed you that last week. And this is what we do with them. So that'll give you some idea of what to do with these old cloths. And it's a beautiful pink colour, as you can see. So that's got some lovely shade in there, but mostly it's going to be, that is going to be covered up. So I think what I'll do now, I've shown you that, I've shown you that, I've shown you that. So I think now we need to start layering up, don't we? And then I'll show you my heart. So if you bear with me now while I take these out, because I need to carry on layering. That one can stay there, I believe. Well, there it is. I haven't cut this one yet, so we'll do that together. And I'll get my scissors. Let me move my pins out the way. Now, I hope you're all well. Now, I've had a note from my Rachel, from RachandBellaCrafts, and she's heard from the nurses in Cheryl's hospital, and such a lovely thing. If I get a chance, I'll print it off, or Rachel might do it anyway, the lovely long text that the nurse sent to Rachel this morning, telling her that Cheryl had, I don't know whether you watched Cheryl's video where she showed the journal that Rachel and I sent to her, that she won on the giveaway, because we did an extra giveaway, didn't we, on that one? Some of you will remember, some of you won't. Now that's going to go on there like that, and there we are. I think that will work. I did think that was going to come down there just a fraction, or I could just leave it like that. That's going on there like that. All right, and this is what I'm planning. Now these little flowers, if you remember, they were upside down on the doily. Where's my doily gone? Oh my gosh, I've got so much stuff out here now. Anyway, wrong side. And that's the flower like that. The tray cloth went across like this, but the flowers were upside down. So I thought, well, I can't cut out the whole thing because they were annoying me because they were upside down. I felt they should have been like that. But they do look lovely on there. So what I did, I've just cut them out individually, and I'm going to, I had to find one that went the other way. Let me just tidy that up a minute. Jaggy edge on there, and try and connect that up and connect those up. And that's what I plan to do there. So they're going to go on there. I'm not going to be doing much embroidery on this. I'm just going to be doing the straight stitching to make it quilted. And then I'll go in and do some seed stitching, I think. Let me think now, what's next? That went down here. And I thought I'd put a strip of that there. So let's cut that now to there. And if you snip it and then do that, providing it's cotton, you'll get these lovely jagged edges and where it's frayed, which I love. All right, so that's how you get those frayed edges. So just nip it and then pull it. So I thought I'd put that on there. This is some braiding that I had, and I think I brought this back from, where did we go? It's gone out of my head now. Italy somewhere. Anyway, I'll remember. I thought I'd put that on there, and there's my template that we used yesterday, if you remember, when we made the hearts. Okay, and I've made a heart to go on there, and here she is. So I've already made the heart, and I'll tell you what I did now. So that's my composition. All right. This isn't going to be a very long video. Well, I don't know. I said that the other day, didn't I? Oh, I didn't finish telling you about Cheryl. Let me just tell you about Cheryl. And apparently she asked her hubby to bring in the journal that Rachel and I made the cover and Rachel made the journal. And she showed it to the nurses, and they've never seen anything like our journals before that we make in the journal world. And they've absolutely fallen in love with the idea of junk journaling or journaling. And do you know what they're doing? They're each day they're going in and they're writing little prayers. Oh, I'm filling up, sorry. Writing little prayers for Cheryl. And they're so enamoured with the community, our community, of looking after each other and, you know, loving each other, that they're just blown away. So I'm saying this to encourage you to keep going, not to give up, and just to keep on giving. It's not about us receiving, it's about us giving to each other and to our loved ones, and, you know, just looking after one another. That's what I'm trying to say, trying not to fill up. She's still not out of the woods, so please keep her in your prayers. But she sends her love to all of you, and she thanks you for all your lovely comments and all your lovely wishes, and so does her husband. Now, I don't actually need to do this because I've got to take it all off. I tell you for why. See, I can't talk and craft, apparently, but I'm doing my best, so please don't give me funny comments. That's what I thought we would do, and isn't this sweet? Now, I'm going to tell you how I did this, okay? Now, I've used some batting, and this is what it looks like. But I doubled it up. Have I got any here? Yes, here we are. I'm going to be in a mess again by the end of this, I can see. And that's what my batting looks like. Roxy's batting was sort of more dense, but this one is quite thin. So I doubled it up, and actually I don't think I needed to double it up. So I put 2 pieces on like this. Then I put my imagine that's the same size, okay? I put my template on there, and then I put my material over the top because Rachel from Roxy Creations suggested that we do not cut it out to the shape of the heart until we've actually invisibly stitched it down, which I've done here. I don't know whether you can see these little stitches here. I haven't done any in there because I want to do some seed stitching in there. And can you see the little stitching around the edge there? And you can see where I've stitched on the back. I've gone in the middle where this is, because you can't see that. All right, that is just a part of a leaf that I couldn't get rid of, so it's just gonna have to live there. But I'm wondering whether it's but maybe once it's stitched down, it might not be so, you know, fluffy, but it is raised up. So I might have got away with just one layer, and I can't take it off now, so it's done. So that's what I did with that. And then after I'd done this stitch in here, then I trimmed it round. All right. So if you want to see it in more detail, go over to see Roxy Creations, and it's the June month that she's doing this on. All right. Because our prompt is dyed material or painted material and a heart. So there's my composition. I'm going to have to take all this off now. I should have taken a photograph of it, but I think I can remember. And then I'm going to start stitching down with the invisible stitch, like I've done here. And then I will do the invisible stitching. Let me just take these off for a moment. If I put them in the area where they're meant to be, I shouldn't forget, should I? So they go there. That can stay on there. I'll stitch those together as they are, I think, just those three as they are. Because sometimes when you're layering these up, because I've got 3 layers here now, look, and I've got a piece underneath that will be attached to my page, which I'll show you in a moment. And, you know, it's quite difficult to get the needle through. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's get these pins out of the way a minute. So they're all in the areas where they're meant to be attached, okay? So that's all laid out ready. So what I should be doing here is doing just an invisible stitch. Like, oh golly, that's the phone. Let me just go and shut my door. Sorry. I do apologise. I meant to do that earlier. I've been doing housework this morning, and I'm all about. So I put that in the back there, like so. This is just to anchor all the layers together, okay? And you go back more or less into the place where you brought the stitch out. I mean, you can sort of go along and go back in. It's very easy. It's not hard. Actually, I should have pinned that, shouldn't I? Silly Billy. That was dangerous, wasn't it? I had that sticking up then. Don't do that. Do as I say, not as I do, obviously. I do some daft things, don't I? So there we go. And that's all I'm going to do all the way around. And I'm going to do in here as well. So it's like very tiny seed stitches, only they're really close together. And you can't, you won't be able to see them. And it just anchors everything. And the reason why we're doing this, why Rachel from Roxy Creations, now when I'm doing the slow stitching, and I mention Rachel, I'm probably talking about the one from Roxy Creations, okay? Because it's very confusing when I'm talking about my Rachel and Roxy Creations. Oh, I love these ragged edges. Let me get rid of that. I don't want it catching on the needle. So I'll lift it up in a moment and you can see. I didn't want to bring the thing down too far because you wouldn't have seen my layout. So now the next time I do this, when I'm doing the slow stitching on the top, see now I made a big stitch there. But it doesn't matter because, well, it does actually, but it doesn't matter. I'm not going to worry about it. And then you can come down then. And the reason we're doing this is so we can take the pins out. That's what I was going to say. I do apologise that I don't finish my sentence sometimes. It's my brain is working so fast when I'm doing this that I forget what I'm talking about and I'm jumping on to the next thing. So my apologies for that. And it's my age as well. I'm not the only one that does it. I've noticed lots of them do it. It's because you're concentrating so hard and you're thinking about the next thing. That's all it is. So we're sending Cheryl our love and her family. And Rachel was supposed to be going away this weekend, but Shaw's still not well. So I'd appreciate your prayers for Shaw as well. I'm sure she's disappointed that she's not going away. But we are going away a week Saturday as a big family. So Rachel's family and my husband and I, we've got a house in Devon. And we're really looking forward to that. And I can't wait. So next week I'm going to spend revamping my shop. Our shop, I should say. I beg your pardon. So whilst we're away, I'll be taking all the, you know, the physical items and putting them down, or taking them down, out of the shop, and it'll just be the digis. You'll have access to the digis, but we will deactivate the other, because we're going to revamp the shop. So hopefully we'll have some new materials, and I'm sure we'll find some lovely goodies while we're away as well, hopefully. And we'll see what happens when we come back. So you're getting the idea now. Look, I'll try and go a bit quicker. And this is just, as I say, invisible stitching. These mats are wonderful, by the way. And they're just felt, very dense. Now I'm going to lift it up in a minute and I'm going to show you where I've stitched, so you get the idea. Let me just pull that up, put that down there. You stand up so I can see what I'm doing. So I don't know whether you can see the little stitches, but that's all you need just to anchor your material. I'll point to them. There, look. All right, where I've done them. Just tiny, tiny stitches, and it's enough just to keep your material in place. And then it's so lovely, because then you can work them without any pins, and they're not getting in your way. Okay. That's easier, isn't it? But try not to let them show if you can. Okay, so I'm sorry I can't wind it on or stop the camera. I just haven't learned how to do that yet, so I do apologise. I'm sure if it was anyone else, they'd play lovely music and they could, you know, wind it up, but I can't. So this is what I'm doing, and I shall continue all the way down, and I shall anchor this as well. So let me put a pin in there so I know where it is, and there. And then the next time, tomorrow maybe, or I may even do another one today, I'll see how far I get, and that's how it goes. And then I'll put all these back on. Once all this is anchored down, I'll do these in little bits, and then I'll start doing the same. I'll anchor them down with the invisible stitch first, and then if I need to do anything around the edges, I can do that. So I hope you enjoyed that, and it's helpful. So don't forget your template. I'll put that up there in a minute. Here's my book, and I was trying to match it up with this page, and I'm long, because this is the last block, by the way. So this is the book I've used, that I've made, I should say, and it's all got to be stitched in, and that's the front. So it's coming together. I wasn't sure whether I was happy about the fact that I'd used these Avitas, but they're so beautiful. I thought, well, why not? So when it's all done, I'll do a proper flip through of it all, because none of them are anchored at the moment. I haven't stitched any of them down because I didn't know whether I'd want to switch them around or anything like that. Okay, so Let me just show you that, and then I'm going to go. All right, so that's the order I've put them in so far, and hopefully that will work with, let me get it out, that one. And they'll go next to each other. I think it'll work. I think that'll be nice. I mean, I could switch them about if I want to, because none of them are stitched in, are they? So I'm going to say goodbye for now, and I'm going to carry on with this. And I've still got some housework to do, and I'll speak to you again soon. Thank you for watching, and look after yourselves, and God bless you all. Bye.